they raise salmon as well, right? Do they raise salmon?
Salmon?
Yeah.
In the Thames?
Yeah. Is
oh
it?
God.
You talk about the reef.
I said it about 5 times.
I'm talking about the size. The size in
yeah.
total.
The pressure when you go deeper and deeper in the ocean.
Really?
Oh, it's insane. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever. Oh yeah, of course you don't swim, so you may not have experienced it. But
mocking me again. Hi guys.
Hello.
Chào mừng các bạn quay trở lại với IELTS TRANGBEC. Hôm nay thì mình cùng thầy Jack sẽ trả lời các câu hỏi hóc búa của bài thi IELTS Speaking Part 3 cho chủ đề về River and Lake. Ở Part 2 thì các bạn được miêu tả một describe a river or describe a lake that is important in your country. Và đây là các câu hỏi follow up của Part 3. So yeah, let's crack on. Right, so hi Jack, thank you so much for spending time with me again today to have students to answer a very challenging, or we say daunting questions in Part 3, and the topic is about rivers and lakes.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that is particularly difficult, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
I'm not quite sure if you aren't aware of geography of your country or
yeah.
Other than big famous rivers as well, like that's a hard.
And from your experience teaching Vietnamese students, they are not good at geography.
No, not particularly well at all. No,
they don't even know the capital city of Australia or stuff, something like that.
It's quite it depends who you talk to really, but yeah, I'd say overall most geography is not really their strong suit.
Right. Second part. Let's talk about the world's rivers. Very challenging. So what sorts of jobs that are associated with rivers, you think?
Oh my goodness. Jobs associated with rivers.
I can think of like fishermen, sailors.
What other people? Rivers.
Do you know someone who saved you when you don't know how to swim?
Lifeguard.
A lifeguard.
Lifeguard, yeah.
Lifeguard.
So, yeah, you got lifeguards, sailors, fishermen, other people that work on a river.
How about who drive the ship? Still sailor?
Yeah, I mean, ship driver. I don't really know what you call them, to be fair.
Do we say like navigator?
Skipper. That's like a common term used for someone who's like owns the boat and controls driving it. You call them the skipper.
Skipper. Mm-hmm. Skipper.
You got it. Yeah. So they call them the skipper if you like control the boat and you run it.
What else?
Other than that,
marine scientists.
Yeah, marine biologists.
Marine biologists, yeah.
Marine biologists, definitely, yeah. And then maybe like water companies.
Water companies.
Yeah, because and then maybe like health and safety companies as well, just to regulate how much, rubbish or how many toxins are in the water supply, things like that.
Just so many.
Yeah, so many. But I think there's not much more than what we've said, to be fair. Yeah.
So what do you think about the importance of rivers for tourism?
Well, it depends really, doesn't it? Like if we go back to the first kind of line of questioning, it's like why people enjoy spending time near water. It's a similar thing, isn't it? Like when you go to foreign countries or when you travel, you want to see all these beautiful natural wonders. So you want to see the rivers, you want to see the lakes, you want to see this, that and the other. So in obviously London, you've got a very famous river, the Thames.
The Thames?
Yeah, the Thames.
The Thames?
Yeah,
really? I often say the Thames.
No, you're wrong. Yeah. Thames. It looks like Thames, but
Thames.
The Thames.
The
Thames.
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 Stop saying the. No. Thames.
Thames.
There you go. You got it.
Oh God.
Right.
Thames.
So yeah, it looks like a but it's a t.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, the Thames, very very famous river in London, and a lot of people come to take pictures by the Thames River.
What color is it?
Oh,
grey?
Yeah, green,
They raise salmon as well, right? Do they raise salmon?
Salmon?
Yeah.
In the Thames?
Yeah. Is it?
Oh, God.
Because my teacher, Terry, he told me that it's clean up to the point that people even raise salmon.
I don't think so. I'm not sure about that wherever he's out there. Like, I'm not sure you're right there, buddy. Racing salmon or raising salmon?
Raising.
Right, salmon in the Thames. Right, let's go.
But I mean, like, it's clean, right?
Adult salmon have returned to the Thames in almost every year since 1979.
See?
Although numbers have declined in recent years, to reach the breeding areas of the River Kennet, adult salmon must negotiate 20 weirs on the River Thames Okay, so they're on it for a little while, but they're not. What fish are caught in the Thames? Yeah, you don't ever catch. Okay. Are they raised? That's what he said, wasn't it? Salmon raised in the Thames. I don't believe they. That is definitely not. Like, are there any salmon in the Thames? Right. Here we go. Salmon in the Thames are strays.
What does this mean?
So it means they've accidentally gone off course and found themselves in the wrong place.
Ah.
Yeah. So you tell like a stray dog, like a dog that's been lost.
Right. Okay.
Right. Yeah. No. Reject all of those cookies.
Okay. Got it. Right. Okay. So I'm not right. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. No worries. Well, no, it's not your problem. Yeah. Yeah, okay, well, it was historically stocked with Atlantic salmon.
Historically well stocked with Atlantic salmon.
This fact being mentioned as far back as the Magna Carta in 1215 until the early 19th century. Mm-hmm. So not really for 200 years.
Okay, right.
So nowadays, no.
Okay, right. Right. So in terms of tourism, I think the boat like Titanic.
Yeah, the Titanic.
Right,
yeah,
people like go sailing.
They wouldn't take a cruise ship down the Thames. They take like a boat.
Yacht?
Or like yachts, boats, but a cruise ship. I don't think you're gonna fit a cruise ship down the Thames. It's not big enough.
But I don't say about the Thames.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, I mean in general.
Oh, in general. Oh, yeah.
Tourism.
Mekong Delta.
In
just south of Saigon, isn't it?
You been there?
No, I'm actually going there with my mum when she comes because she's really interested in all the river systems there. So we're going to stay overnight somewhere there and go for a river trip. It should be fun.
Right. So poultry. What else? Fishing industry.
Yeah, I mean also.
But for tourism.
For tourism, yeah, but like fish, like what was it? Angler. The Angler Society or something like that. I think they're called like anglers or whatever. It's like people who love to go fishing.
Right.
And so there's like a big proportion of tourism where people, if you love to go fishing, there are spots that you can go around the world that are really popular to go fishing in.
Interesting. Right. So what would you say about the advantages and disadvantages of using rivers to transport people in cities?
Well, of course, like one of the easiest things is like you can't just walk over a body of water, can you? So like without boats to kind of take you from one side of the river to the other, often you have to go miles and miles and miles and miles down the river or up the river to then cross a bridge to then go. So a big advantage is it just saves a lot of time, especially by just. Instead of going all the way this way and then all the way that way, you just go whoop. Easy.
So save time and money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Any disadvantages?
Any disadvantages of using rivers?
And also,
cities?
I read that like the river transportation is less harmful to the environment.
Yeah, no,
so
absolutely.
It's very environmentally friendly as well.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, depends what kind of boats you're using, I guess. If you're just using like rowing boats, so.
But here transport people in cities.
Yeah, I mean, disadvantages of using rivers to transport people. If someone fell in that can't swim.
Back to swimming is a survival skill.
I'm not sure of any disadvantages, Like, I can't really think of anything bad that would come from river crossings. They're also really fun. That's another advantage of them. Like, if you've got a river crossing, I don't know if you've ever been on like quite a rickety bridge that's been over a river. And you're walking along it. No, rickety. So it's like quite shaky, a little bit like worn, and you have to kind of like adventurously kind of get across this river. They're always quite fun to cross rivers. And then we always used to, when I was growing up, I wouldn't say rivers, but more like streams. You'd have big rocks, and then you'd place the rocks across the stream, so then you could walk across it without getting wet. But yeah, no disadvantages.
I think it's slow.
Yeah, okay, that's actually a great idea. Yeah.
It cannot be as fast as plane.
No, not as fast as
Is it faster than train?
What?
The
Oh no, absolutely not. Yeah,
slower, so it's the slowest.
Yeah, it's slowest.
Just faster than bicycle.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know what rivers you're talking about because I don't know any rivers where you'd have to get a plane over one. Like boats, because think about a river, they're not insanely wide. Do you know what I mean? Like they're wide, yes, but I wouldn't say they're like.
It's not big as a lake. I know it's bigger than the lake.
No. In terms of width,
I know lake is bigger.
lake's bigger. Yeah. Lakes are much bigger.
Okay.
Rivers have more of a flow of water through them, so there's a
Right.
more constant flow of water. But lakes are much bigger in that,
West
in
Lake.
like the surface area
West Lake.
of like a lake, I'd say.
Right.
Because
But then-
rivers are constant flowing
Are
water.
you sure? I think that river is bigger. The
I mean-
Red River is bigger than West Lake for sure. River is bigger.
Some rivers are.
Most
Yeah.
rivers are bigger than lake.
Depends what lake.
Because like Hoàn Kiếm Lake is small, right?
Yeah,
West
Wankiam
Lake is small, right? But Red River is huge.
Let's go Red
Mekong River is huge. Saigon River for sure bigger. I'm sure 100%.
No, but I'm talking about mass.
You talk about the majority.
No, I'm just talking about like the width of a river. Like there's
Really?
yeah, but rivers of course are bigger. Yeah, like obviously they've got a lot more water and a lot more distance that they travel. But like if you look at that, yeah, look at Westlake. Red River.
Red River is huge. My
Okay,
God.
but
Yeah.
then still, if you're looking at Westlake there in terms of the width of it and how wide it is, there's nowhere on this river that is that wide.
You talk about the width.
I said it about 5 times.
I'm talking about the size. The
Size,
size in
yeah.
total.
Obviously, yeah, rivers are
The
bigger
size.
because they just go further.
Oh.
So yeah, no,
Right,
of course,
right,
river, and then like
right.
let's try out the Nile River. What does that look like?
River Nile would be huge.
Yeah. See, but then look, still, like that's the sea. To be fair, that's the Gulf of Aden. So yeah. But then look, like in terms of that is a real width. Like this is the River Nile. So
That's huge.
that's huge, and that's I think the biggest river in the world, I believe. But like that. And then, yeah, in comparison to what it was, like rivers, yeah, I think they're wider. So that's what I mean by river crossings being easier to do, because they're not actually that wide. So you can kind of just get across it. Or going down the river, yeah, that makes sense. But
Right, let's move to the final part.
Yeah, let's do it.
Then we finish. So let's talk about the world's ocean, the impact of pollution on the world's ocean. What do you think?
now the impact of pollution on the world's oceans. Well, as I mentioned before about the, I'm not sure which way these videos are going to go. But obviously, when we last had a conversation, we were speaking about Trash Island and the giant France-sized island of trash that's just in the South Pacific Ocean. So yeah, definitely that is a big impact on just the biodiversity and marine life, you know. It's like really quite dangerous, as we see. We've all seen like the horrible videos of turtles and seals with plastic bags.
Is
or
it
they've been
entangled? That's the term.
entangled, yeah, entangled in all sorts of things, like
Huge.
old fishing nets and then like all this kind of stuff. So I think like yeah, it's really quite dangerous. And then of course when the climate change happens, you're heating the oceans a lot more, so then that means that mass migration has to happen. With mass migration comes a lot of different like difficulties as well. So when coral reefs, things like that start to die, that's a slow domino effect on the whole ecosystem. So yeah, big issues when it comes to pollution, definitely.
Right. So why the ocean are the least explored area of the planet? Tricky, very tricky question.
I feel like there's only like a small minority of people that have the capability to explore that deep. So I can't remember what the statistic is, but we've barely. So it's something along the lines of, we know more about the human brain than we know about the ocean, and we know next to nothing about the brain and how it works and what's there. So like yeah, the deep ocean is actually such an interesting topic because there's just monsters down there. I don't know if you've seen or watched it. Loch Ness is up north, but like genuinely real scary looking fish down there. Yeah.
Really?
There's do you ever watch Planet Earth, David Attenborough?
I know.
So
David Attenborough.
there's a documentary that he makes, and one of the episodes is just called so there's Blue Planet, which is like a side thing, but The Deep is an episode of Planet Earth, and in that he explores like real deep down in the ocean, and it's like bioluminescent, big scary monster looking fish. Yeah.
So there's a real That's a real one.
Yeah, definitely. So I
Right.
think as well, there's just so much to it, and then so few people that, and I mean, technology-wise, we just don't have the capacity to go that deep below surface level and be able to
Right.
breathe and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, because
right.
it's really the pressure when you go deeper and deeper in the ocean.
Really?
Oh, it's insane. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever. Oh yeah, of course you don't swim, so you may not have experienced it. But
Mocking me again.
if you find yourself going like really deep underwater,
Yeah.
your head feels like it's getting squeezed.
Wow.
So I think that may be something as well, like the pressure of going down that deep. I don't think we've got the technology quite yet to be able to
Right.
overcome those problems. Yeah.
Interesting. Right, let's move to the final one.
Final
Finally.
question already? I'm
Already?
having so much fun.
Right, whether there needs to be greater commercial use of the ocean in the future.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, it's already quite used commercially in terms of, like you said, cruise ships, things like that. Of course, imports and exports, huge like lines of, shipping containers and all this kind of stuff that gets moved from all over the world. I think it's one of those places, isn't it? It's like saying, oh, do you think there should be a greater commercial use for rainforests? Do you think there should be a greater commercial use for woods or, these kinds of things where it's like the natural world, we should keep it we should keep as far away from it as we possibly can,
So
unless
like we keep it
absolutely
intact,
necessary.
right? We keep it intact, right?
Yeah, of course. And like we don't want to be chasing any more commercial gains from nature, like we've already done enough bad to the environment. Why want to just chase more money to
Stop
use the
contributing.
oceans? Leave it alone. Jeez Louise, just leave it alone.
Just protect it.
Let it be.
Let it be. Thank you so much, Jack. Very tricky questions. I'm
You're
sure
welcome.
it helps you guys a lot. Tons of new words,
Fingers crossed.
vocabulary. Finger crossed for your IELTS journey. Again, be sure to follow and subscribe the channel and comment below your own answer. And together, me and Jack will help you with all the difficulties that you are facing in this challenging test. So keep your chin up, learn every day, maintain your consistency, and good luck with your exam. Bye!
You can do it. Bye-bye.
Jack, what is the most common types of pollution where you live?
So if we're talking about where I live at home, so I'd say where I live at home, the worst kind of pollution we have is maybe like what I can see and what's visible to me is water pollution.
Water pollution?
Yes, there's I live near the coast and there's a big river that flows into the sea. And there's often, whenever I walk down the riverbank, there's always a lot of rubbish in the rivers. And then of course the kind of build up of trash around the sea as well. Besides that, I'm outside of the city, so noise pollution isn't particularly a problem, and neither is air pollution. But obviously, on the other hand, here in Vietnam, I live in Nam Dinh, so Nam Dinh has got a lot of textile factories.
Textile, like
Textile,
garment industry.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of pollution getting pumped into the atmosphere from those factories. So I'd say the air pollution is, it's quite dangerous there. Alongside, obviously, the honk, 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 honk. The specialty in Vietnam of very big beeping horns.
The incessant roar.
Yeah, incessant roar of the city, motorbikes, cars, you name it,
Actually, Jack made me really surprised when he talked about Nam Dinh is polluted. I was like, how come? Because Nam Dinh is like countryside. Can we say countryside area, right?
So I'd say it's
suburban.
So Nam Dinh, where I live in Nam Dinh, is the city. Nam Dinh province, from outside of the city, that's the countryside.
Right.
But where I actually live is within the city.
Right.
So that's where it can be quite polluted.
So that is like the industrial zone, a kind of factories. So that's why you think that they also have air pollution?
Yeah, they do. Sometimes we even get warnings to say, like, wear a mask when you go outside.
Really?
Things like that. Nothing in comparison to Hanoi, of course. But still,
I cannot believe how polluted Hanoi becomes this day.
Oh, it's insane. I mean, Beth, my girlfriend, has got a top floor apartment, and you look out, and I used to be able to see far and wide, and it was clear as day, and there was no problems. But now there hasn't been a time where I've been on that balcony looking out into the city where I haven't been able to see probably 200, 300 meters in front of me.
You feel like you're in England.
Oh, yeah, well.
Foggy,
miserable, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it blots out the sun.
Feel like home,
Yeah, literally. Oh, it's a little taste of home, except that fog is smog, and it will hurt your insides.
Like combination of fog and
it's like polluted smoke and fog kind of merged into one word.
Right. Yeah. So keyword he just mentioned: air pollution, water pollution. Right. Right. So, do you think that now there is more pollution and rubbish today compared to the past?
Yes, I think so. I feel like with the kind of, well, obviously there's factories constantly emitting lots of carbon emissions, and then you've got
panache.
Yeah.
He dressed with
But
panache.
it's not so. Maybe for US it's common, but for French we don't use this word.
You don't use this
We
one?
say avec style, with style. Avec style.
And then we have lingerie, my favorite
Lingerie.
one. Lingerie. You say
Lingerie.
lingerie.
Yeah, I think this one was French as well because it was invented by the French.
Yeah.
Because in the old past it starts with the king and the queen, and they want to be get more fantasized.
Get what?
More fantasized.
More
Fantasy.
fantasy.
So they develop this business where some brand in France develop like more sexy clothes. And at that time it was not the norm at all. So it was like really disrupting.
Right.
It was the same for the skirt. The skirt appear in France as well. It's the first country to create not the skirt but the mini skirt is called. It's like a really short skirt.
Right.
It's same in the 30s I think, or I forget when. But yeah, this is kind of like fashion that just appear in France and then spread everywhere. And I think that's why they still keep it lingerie, the name.
Cupid?
They keep the name lingerie
Lingerie, yeah.
because it was coming from France.
Yeah. That's my favorite one. So basically, lingerie is a women's underwear. Right, and then we have chic.
C'est chic.
Chic.
It means like classy, fashionable, classy, stylish. It's a bit like panache. Chic is more like classy, like imagine like a guy that is chic. We say, oh, this guy is chic. It means he has a nice costume, nice suit, and then il a du panache. Is when he arrives, is like is more also the attitude. For panache. Panache is attitude. Chic is the style of the clothes.
So like last time you and the other guy, remember?
Yeah, we were more. We were chic, and then when we do the video where we're working, we are panache.
Panache.
Yeah.
Got it. Right, and then we have rendezvous.
Rendezvous. This one is really famous in the
Really
US.
common in the US.
Yeah, so it's like gathering, meeting, dating.
Also dating?
You can use it for free is okay. It can be for gathering, for dating, for meeting.
Rendezvous.
Rendezvous.
See, that is a sound. The R sound in French is a sound that I could not know. I don't know why.